Hello everyone, I'm Marva Greenleaf, Young Love After 50, and I have the honor and pleasure to spend time with Gail Minogue, who is a numerologist, works with sacred geometry, and also a commodities broker since 1987. So she has a foot in both worlds. First, the linear world of the financial world that we walk in right now, and then the celestial cosmos numerology understanding of how we're given this source to help guide our path, especially when we're dealing with the unknown, unfamiliar territory. So, Gail Minogue, you're coming to Lancaster.
Oh, I am. I'm thrilled. On Garmageddon Day, when the freeways closed that day. I think that is so thrilled.
Timing's everything.
Timing is everything. Yes.
And in your work, in your body of work, you know to trust that, you're confident with that.
I am.
To read the numbers, the dates. For my own...
It's a full moon day, too.
Well, and it's, yes, I have a niece getting married that day, and I think she chose very well. We'll see. It will bring such light to the Antelope Valley, and we are just amazed that she's willing to come on into our territory and educate us, because we do need more information.
We always need more information. All of us need more information. It's what we do with the information that matters. Otherwise, we're just reading. It's what we do. We think about it. So what I try to do is to bring another depth to that reading or to that information about the thinking behind it, what was behind that information, so that there's a substance behind it. So you're just not generally getting a lot of, say, number work or energy work, but what's really signified by that deeper meaning.
Deeper meaning.
Deeper
yes.
meaning.
Deeper meaning and understanding, which helps to shine light on the path in turbulent times. We're just really
people are in very uncertain times right now. They're going through all kinds of questions about, will they have a job? Will they lose the job? Will they have enough money? What if their health goes? There's just all this uncertainty. So people are in a great deal of fear right now. But if you understand, and this is a premise that I really do try to make people realize, is that we are a work in progress. The work here is never finished. It's constantly being developed. I like to describe that we used to be swinging from trees. We used to live in caves. We used to discover fire. Wow, whoopee-doo. We were chased by predators, and now we walk down Wilshire Boulevard or Park Avenue with our smartphones, and eventually we will not even need our phones to communicate. So this is where we're going. We're always a work in progress. So it's never to get discouraged about what's happening here, how evil it is, or how bad it is, or oh my God, we're going to destroy the planet. It's a constant work in progress. It always has been.
And we are co-creators with the divine laws.
Well, we are, what we're called is we have the ability to think. We have the ability to create, but we don't tune in to the truth of the universe. We don't stay close to the truth, and because of that, we can't hear the truth to really make the wisest decisions.
And when we talk about an age of individuality, or we came into this country to explore being the individual, and in every religion there's a mystic aspect to it, which is allowed to be more individual. You're taking it beyond the dogma of that particular spiritual religion. But then you begin to embrace it and live it on a walk of faith, a light bearer. You know, someone who came with a specific messenger to deliver, and to just be that undercurrent that changes our friend. We want to step towards this with confidence and then get the information we need, illuminated light. No fear of the darkness. There's no reason to do that.
Well, I think that there's the theory and then there's the practice. I think the greatest thing that people can do is to continue to monitor what they think. And monitor it on a regular basis, because that will outpicture in their world. Most religions have literally confined the people. They were mostly all formed of a prior age, the age of Pisces, whether that's Christianity or Islam, Buddhism. They were all formed during a specific age which had specific teaching available to it. That lasted about 2,300 years. So from that we learned about emotions, And we learned to work with fear because the teaching tool was fear. So religions had a control mechanism to them. And as we try to break out of that, you see the issues of the exclusivity that most religions all have, including Buddhism. And so as we come out, there was always a mystic side, as you said, to religions. However, what is now coming out again is the mystic side, which is closer to the truth. Not the religious symbolism or practice or dogma, which is dying away. And people now in America, there's a very big majority, and I'll bring some of these numbers to my workshop, of how many have left the mainstream churches.
Well, we want a deeper connection. I know from my own personal journey,
we want a deeper connection.
I want to be plugged in, and I want to be seen, and certainly the self-discipline. You know, I said I had to learn to speak up and then shut up.
Yeah.
And now I trust that what I say is of value.
Yes.
And having gone into the sacred art of living, Gail, that's what you do. You live a sacred art.
You live in a way that no matter what it looks like, it is all working. Everything is this work in progress, that it's never undone. Even the things that look so completely finished, there's another layer. There's, as I say, there's never any there. You're always going to develop. And when people say, well, the planet's going to the dogs, I say, no, it isn't. It's going to God. That's who really owns the place.
There you go.
We're here at a short journey. I call it touch and go, like a flight of airplane. It kind of lands and takes off again, and that's us. We come in here for a very short period of time. So let's use it. You're here for your soul's growth. You're never here to be comfortable.
Right, because if you're growing, there's an element of discomfort with every growth. And you learn to just walk that balance between discovering. I love the internet for that reason, that just the discovery.
It's a discovery, and we grow out of something, not into something. So we grow out of our clothes, into bigger clothes, or we grow out of a way of doing things, or a way of thinking about things, or a way of looking at things. We grow out of relationships. We grow out of our jobs. We grow out of our houses. We grow because that's what we're here to do, is to complete. That's what the Creator does. He creates, she creates. That's what we do.
Co-creating with the Creator. I have to do that breath by breath. One day at a time is enough for me. And then recognizing the great company that's on the journey. Because none of us, as much as it was self-discovery and learning my own strengths and weaknesses to move in this world, value what my contribution is, I still know that I'm not alone. I heard the first rule of power is that we are alone. And the last rule of power is that we're all one. We're all in this together. And that's what I get to see with the inclusion. Instead of seeing the division, no matter what the division is, each and every one of us have an individual contribution to make. And as we go through the decades of life, Young Love After 50 just simply means we have more to do. We have more to learn.
Well, one of the things that when I look at a name and a blueprint, because I do a lot of private sessions and consultations for people based on their date of birth and their name at birth, their full exact name. In this blueprint is a normal understanding that a blueprint is at least 120 years. So midlife begins at 60, not at 40, not at 45. It begins at 60. That's about midterm. Souls never come to retire. Souls are here for a journey of growth, from one job to the next, to one relationship to the next, from one house to the next. It's always work in progress. So at midlife is about 60, and this is when we really begin to be effective. We make our changes and free ourselves in our 50s and are powerful in our 60s. One of the reasons why retirement is going away is so that we do not even think about being retired.
Correct. There's so much more to be done.
That's the deeper reason of why this disturbance has happened. So 20, 30 years from now, we won't think anything about having someone 85 in the workplace, if they need to be there, want to be there. And we will start, once you start thinking about living a longer life, you live a longer life, because you program yourself for health instead of death. Right now, we're programmed for retirement, and then if we get to 85, we're thrilled. 95, well, that's really lucky. 100 is miracle, and that's how we think. So we program ourselves to check out.
If we ever wake up in the first place, that indoctrination,
Well,
the domestication is very real in the early years.
But remember, we're a work in progress.
We're
always developing. That's why the soul, it knows what it's doing. Personality, ego gets sort of annoyed and wants to run the show, but the soul is running the show. And if it just got married and it wants to leave, it will leave.
Yes.
But for the most part, it's a very long journey here. And that's very complicated. I can talk somewhat about that when I do the workshop about the setup job coming in.
Oh, there's so much to know and discover, and just being in the world at this shift is invigorating.
Yeah.
I call it accelerating exhilaration.
Okay.
That's the energy I feel with it. And as I've just become, because I work with the unseen, I work with the go-befores, I work with the energy that you can't, but it's there, and it is a flow, and it nourishes us. We bring it, whether or not it's toxic or not, is all up to me what I bring, not only to my own being, my own instrument, my own divine design. That's how I use those two words, as I look at this instrument as a divine design, and then it's my job to key in all the resources from intuition to the good people who mirror me and help me, give me courage. And the one thing I've learned to do is to shut down my critical voice. Just shut that and shut down my critical eye so that I can see the world with innocence and fresh, new, and optimism. Gail, we've only just begun.
I know.
Isn't this great? Talk about acceleration. Young Love After 50. I'm so pleased to be a part of this shift in humanity at this time and enjoying the great company along the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on.
We'll see you in Lancaster.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.